Ladies and gentlemen, one must ask the true question that everyone's been wondering for many centuries, and that is, what was the true intention of Toy Story 4 being made? Money. Oh my gosh. Video over. This job is just so easy. Subscribe or whatever. Ciao.
Now the world don't move to the beat of just one drum.
Fine. You'll get your video. Hello everyone. My name is Nando, and for today's video, I'm here to take a dive in watching Toy Story 4. No, honestly, I didn't watch this movie when it first came out because I was like, why are we making a fourth one? Like, yes, I know the reason as to why, but we literally just finished the story of Andy moving on from his life and his toys finding a new owner. That's it! You don't need any more! But greed is unfortunately a feeling that will never go away from anyone, and with Toy Story 5 coming out next year, I think it's time we take a look back and watch this fourth installment of the franchise and really question ourselves on if a fourth movie was really needed. I mean, it's not, but we're still gonna watch it. The movie begins with a throwback when one rainy night, the toy gang discovered that their toy car RC is in trouble. So the gang move into action to go and save him, but as they do, another toy named Bo Peep gets taken away by a human. Woody would go on to try and save Bo, but Bo reassures that it's okay for her because it's time for a new kid to own her. And she even opens the idea of letting Woody join alongside with her.
Mom, where's Woody? Auntie, come inside. I can't find Woody.
I'm stunned. I'm stunned. I did not know a movie about moving toys could give me such goosebumps and get me invested in romance drama, but here we are. So Woody and Bo accept each other's fate, leaving Woody to watch his love drift away in the pouring rain. Time passes by and we get a montage of Andy spending time with his toys, and I'm sorry, look, I'm really sorry. I know it's been 8 years since the last Toy Story movie, so obviously animation is going to change over time, but like, my lord, who is the soulless boy? Who is that? That is not my Andy. But the montage is to give a quick time skip for new and old audiences to remember where we are now, with Andy giving up his old toys as an adult to a little girl named Bonnie.
Got a friend in me.
I am a grown man, and looking at this visual makes me sad. Bonnie would then have a session where she would play with her toys, but evidently she doesn't choose to play with Woody, which is revealed to be the third time that this has happened. Look here, man, I hope we're not getting a Woody is jealous that another toy is getting more attention in him storyline, because we already did that in the first film.
Bonnie, what are you doing? We gotta go. You don't want to be late for kindergarten orientation, do you? Classroom.
Can I bring a toy?
Toys don't go to school. That's the rule.
Oh, it's true. Don't bring your toys to kindergarten at all. Kids are going to steal that stuff without a regret in the world. I would know, because I did that. So Woody can see that Bonnie's not excited in the slightest for her first day in kindergarten, which leads Woody to sneak himself into Bonnie's bag. Now, Woody could have done this for two reasons. One, Woody's either doing this to help Bonnie bring some comfort with a toy being beside her, or two, he's pulling some 500 IQ manipulative move where he's left Bonnie resorting to only playing with him and him only, which would be such a crazy plot point to the movie if true. A storyline regarding how the toy is essentially controlling the owner? I just gave the plot for Toy Story 6, baby! Also, just one more thing regarding this topic, but if Woody came with Bonnie in the intent to help comfort her, that idea in itself is such a double-edged sword. Because imagine this girl already hating the school, her day, and is all alone to herself like, ugh, can this day get any worse? And then she pulls Woody from her bag and she's just like, oh, what is this? Who put you in my bag? Because I know for sure that I didn't choose you. Oh, I was wrong. This day can't get much worse. Man, I just don't want to play with you at all. So Bonnie arrives at kindergarten, but still feels scared and lonely, so Woody devises a plan to get her busy, throwing some random items for her to play with, to which she uses that to create a new DIY toy that she calls Forky. So Woody introduces everyone to Forky, but Forky doesn't give off the best impression as he's scared, vulnerable, and thinks he's better off in the trash. Ha! Forky's just like me, for real, for real. But Woody wants Forky to get comfortable around his new family and especially to his new owner, Bonnie.
Bonnie's not scary. She loves you, and you need to...
Toy Story 6 plotline. They've already sprinkled the teasers for me. So the gang goes driving for a road trip, but during the night, Woody would catch Forky drifting out of the window of the car. So Woody would catch up and drag him alongside with him, with Woody doing his best to convince Forky that he's destined to be Bonnie's toy.
Doing this for Bonnie, doing it for Bonnie. Okay. Like it or not, you are a toy, which means you are going to be there for Andy when he
Who's Andy?
I mean, Bonnie.
Ooh, it's been a year and you're still mentioning your ex? Crazy! They're about to catch up to Bonnie again, but that is until Woody can see a sheep-themed lamp that Woody believes can be a connection to his ex-girlfriend, Bo Peep. Woody, it's been nearly 10 years and you're still thinking about your other ex? Still crazy! So Woody takes Forky with him to check the store out to see if he can find her. This would lead Woody to meet a doll named Gabby, who brings him along to hang out in a stroller, and the conversation begins to get a bit uncomfortable and questionable. Gabby would begin to start asking rapid questions regarding when Woody was born and if he was in good condition, but partially, Gabby would bring up on how her voice box was broken and needs a new one. Her expression would then spark in awe when she sees that Woody's voice box is in such perfect condition, and admits to Woody that he cannot leave unless she gets his voice box. So Woody and Forky would try to escape, but the dummies would catch Forky, but before they could get Woody too, a little girl would see Woody and claim him as her own. Bonnie notices that Forky is missing and is in a panic, which leaves the toy gang to wonder where Forky and Woody are, giving all the pressure to Buzz Lightyear as they're in need of a reassuring solution. So Buzz takes the charge in alerting the group that he's going to find Woody and Forky on his own. But that plan immediately fails as Buzz gets clapped not once, but twice and gets taken away by an adult who uses him as a prize toy for his carnival game. Woody would try his best to run away from his new owner, but in the midst of trying to avoid some kids, he would then stumble upon...
Hello, Mr. Cowboy. How are you today? Do you like riding horses?
Bo would then reveal that she's been a lost toy for nearly 7 years and feels no need for another owner. But Woody asks for this one favor to have Bo help him get back to Forky and to his owner again. Back to Forky, we see that he's developed a bond with Gabby as she reveals that she wants her voice box fixed so that she's perfect enough to be accepted as someone's toy again.
Now, about our friend Woody. I want to know everything about him.
Hey, did you know that Bonnie was not his first kid? He had this other kid, Andy. And you know what? I don't think he's ever gotten over him.
Real! Back to Buzz, he then meets some prize toys by the name of Bunny and Ducky, who feels jealous that Buzz is possibly trying to steal their spot and getting taken by someone. So naturally, the toys want to beat his ass!
Ha! Oh, to infinity and my foot! Boom! And boom!
How do I get out of here?
In a vacuum of space, they cannot hear you scream!
So Buzz escapes and manages to reunite with Woody and Bo again, but not before Buzz will get his ass beaten again! Come on, Buzz! Lock in, go! You're losing your smoke! Back to Bonnie, it seems that her parents are trying to leave, but with the toys being in doubt as Buzz, Woody, and Forky haven't come home yet. Which leads to Jessie the cowgirl to jump right in and straight up flatten the RV's tire! These toys are so advanced that they know how to commit vandalism! I should be asking more questions, but this is a kids movie. It's probably not that deep. So the gang get to the store where Forky is, but have to deal with the dummies first, so the gang splits up to try and get the key to the closet that Forky is locked in.
How are we supposed to do that?
Okay, you know what? Leave that to us.
We know exactly what to do.
Oh, where did you two come from?
Well, we're not doing that.
Okay. That was good. That was pretty good.
Well, what about the old plush rush?
There you go.
The fuck? So Buzz and crew managed to get the key anyway because the granny just gave it to them. I think for the granny's case, that was a blessing in disguise.
Yeah,
Will you look at that?
this is the only part of the store I ever liked.
Bro is so locked in. So Woody and Bo retrieve Forky, but not before getting confronted by Gabby. They go through a tug of war regarding Woody's voice box, but Woody manages to escape out of it, but not before Woody would ride on a cat, and then that same cat would later go on to eat one of Bo's friends. What is this movie? So the gang tried to escape, but not before Forky would get himself kidnapped again. My gosh, you are so hopeless. Sorry, what does that mean? He's a fork. The gang escape, but Woody still demands for Forky's rescue, but Bo calls for this rescue mission to be blown off because it's too dangerous.
Nobody wants this.
I do.
Why?
Because
Why?
it's all I have left to do. I don't have anything else.
So the rest of us don't count?
Ooh, fell right into that one. So Bo calls out Woody for using Forky as a tool to hide the fact that he's always clinging towards his owners.
It can't be just about the one you're still clinging to.
It's called loyalty. Something a lost toy wouldn't understand.
Oh my gosh! Woody! What the hell? Oh, and he's standing on business! My man Woody is standing on business! So Buzz asks him to go home with him, but Woody rejects the idea and goes off to save Forky on his own. Buzz tells the tour gang what happened, but it would seem that Bonnie's dad fixed the RV and it's time for them to leave. But with Buzz in the panic, he constantly plays his voice box for help, but then when the noise gets too much for Bonnie's mom, she tries to put him in a drawer.
Your backpack's in the antique store. Let's go!
Oh no, my backpack!
That is so freaking stupid! That is so dumb, but that is a level of dumb that I'll accept because I love how stupid it is. As Bo's group are about to leave, Bo reconsiders her decision leaving Woody and decides that it's best to go back and save him.
By putting everyone in danger? Ugh, that kind of crazy loyalty just... You gotta love him for it. Whoa, say what?
Get yourself a woman that loves you for your loyalty and the fact that you stand on business. Because that is Woody. Yeehaw! Woody will then get confronted by Gabby, but she doesn't come to harm him. More so just being there to have him understand her position. Just asking him how it felt to be there for an owner through the ups and downs. Being there for him as they grew up. Just asking the things that she unfortunately was never able to experience that herself. So Woody does the noble thing in offering his voice box to Gabby in exchange for Forky. Woody does his end of the deal and so does Gabby, which helps finish Gabby's story of finally being taken by an owner. What the hell? What? Holy crap! What is this movie? I'm stunned. This movie, it's surprising me in so many ways. So Woody goes to check up on Gabby and offers her help, but she rejects it, accepting her fate and feeling as though she will never find her true owner. But Woody reassures her that there's always a toy for everyone and there's going to be someone that accepts Gabby into their lives. Which sounds like really nice advice, but it would come at the toll of Woody saying that she would be accepted by being with Bonnie. Ugh. Why? Who's to say that she'll pay attention to the door when she's found a new toy in Forky? Like we're stacking up our already crowded roster. I don't think we need more in the gang. Let her find a new owner, please. And this is where the movie should have ended, but it seems like we gotta drag another 5 minutes of the gang trying to catch up to Bonnie's RV, so like... sure, but let's wrap this up. The only notable thing to mention is that I can finally eat my words for this one, as Gabby was able to notice a lost child feeling lonely on her own. So Gabby and the rest felt that maybe this was Gabby's calling, to which worked as the kid felt comfort in Gabby's presence and was able to find some help through her situation. Which, you know, good for her. I really am happy for her finding her owner. But can we wrap this up, please? So our heroes are about to head home, but that's when Bo and Woody have a moment to themselves, recreating the same moment with Woody rejecting Bo's offer and joining beside her the first time. But this time they're left with a more mutual peace, but as Woody leaves, Buzz can see what Woody is truly feeling, and both decide that it was best for Woody to stick with Bo for the time being. He reveals the news to the rest of the toy group, and in his last honor, he offers his sheriff badge to Jesse. They all group hug Woody, saving the best for last, where Woody and Buzz give the most bro hug to have ever bro hugged in history.
Does this mean Woody's a lost toy? He's not lost. Not anymore.
To infinity and beyond.
I'm not crying. You are. And that's where the movie ends. But before that, there was also some post-credit scenes left, and you can feel the producers for this movie just realized that they went under budget for this movie and just went, let's just blow the rest of the movie budget over whatever the hell this is. They knew they were going to make $1 billion out of this, so it doesn't matter. And that was Toy Story 4. And I gotta say, honestly, I wanted to hate on this movie so bad. But honestly, ain't even that bad. In fact, I think it's a pretty good movie. The story was pretty decent, the running gags throughout the movie were pretty good, the drama was investing at times. I say it did a pretty alright job for a movie that nobody was asking to see after the third film. Now, dare I say, does this movie compare to any of the other Toy Story movies that may have been made? No. Just no. Nostalgia's one hell of a drug. But if you're one of the few people that does consider this movie to be better than one of the 3 Toy Story movies, then you should, keep that to yourself. And what's really annoying about this film now, as this was another perfect goodbye to the Toy Story franchise, as Woody has now moved on to his new life. But then the movie cracked $1 billion and Pixar was like, oh, come on guys, we gotta make a number 5. Ugh, why does this always happen to me when I'm in the middle of nearly finishing a video? Hola everyone, and it's Nando here. I'm only here for a short moment to talk about the brand new Toy Story 5 trailer that just released. The focus of the movie will be regarding toys going up against technology, and while we don't have much info about it, the biggest thing that came out of this trailer was, he's back! Woody's just back! Oh, you thought this is the end of the Toy Story franchise? Nah! Here's a 4th one. You thought this was the end to the series as we make Woody say goodbye to all of his friends and then go on this new journey? Nah! Screw you, here's a 5th movie and he's back with the gang! Fooled us once, they made $1 billion! Fooled us twice, and now they're gonna make another $1 billion! Hooray for the rich!
Here comes the money.
Anyways, that was everything from me. Let's get back to the show. But that's all from me, folks. Let me know down below what movies you'd like me to cover next. Like the video if you actually enjoyed it. Subscribe now as we're on the road to 85 subscribers. Stay tuned. Ciao!